Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are back, and I wasn't really sure what to put for like a background of this video. So you got to bear with me here just a little bit. We're talking about Team of the Week. Now, preseason is over, and in years past, we've gotten Team of the Week for the entire preseason. And we don't know the structure of Team of the Week. In the years past, we had essentially some high cards put into a set. You get like the boss card for the week on offense and defense. Oh, these cans are vibrating. And then from there would be like a limited edition, right? And last year, what we got was no limited editions. And then we got a bunch of these low cards, which you seem to pull pretty much all the time. Pulling the high card was really, really rare. And it was last year was definitely the worst Team of the Week. It just was. And I think they're changing it this year. I think they have to change it because the feedback, right? Now, I mean, obviously they don't have to change it, right? Because we don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming. I am merely speculating and think this is what I would do with it. Now, obviously, this might have been good advice or feedback for a little earlier on, but it's kind of it's late, but we need to see limiteds come back. Now, I don't know if it's one limited for offense and defense or one total or however, but there needs to be a limited card in packs. It provides that extra value and that rippiness. It's a highly desirable card. And I wouldn't necessarily mind getting rid of the lower overall cards. How we had 12 cards last year in a set, some like 72 overalls. Just not the most useful, and I know a lot of people would say that they would be useful in cap, but it's not the greatest cards. Not the greatest cards. Now, what can also be done with it is there's a couple things I really like the concept and idea of last year. Were chemistries based on programs. We saw it with the freeze promo. We saw it at Most Feared. And then we didn't really see much of it after. Not a whole lot, especially on a useful level. And with Team of the Week being such a long and big program, I think it has a lot of value if there's a Team of the Week chemistry. Now, it gets into a tricky territory when we deal with power-up cards. So that if you have a card that is a Team of the Week card and it has a power-up, when you power it up, would you keep that chemistry? I probably not. But maybe you would. I don't know. Assuming that power-up would have that chemistry for the entire year because he was a Team of the Week card. Or maybe you can just have the ability to add that. I don't know. Maybe it would take the place of a regular chemistry. I don't know, but I would like to see something like that. But it is tricky because of how we are allowed to add chems on cards with power-ups. So that it's a really interesting thing. And I would like to see then, again, with this my world, CC's world, Team of the Week has a chemistry, right? Within that chemistry, I would like to see the boosts be good. Legitimately good. Now, a lot of the chemistries we've seen this year, they work pretty well, especially once you get them fully tiered up, right? And they're expensive to do. I think Team of the Week should be one of those things where it's valued if you are building theme teams or you have some of these players. So the Team of the Week players, they will have a shelf life longer than normal, right? Because we all know at the beginning of the year, the Team of the Week cards they rival the Legend cards, or now in this case the Primetime Performer cards, right? And giving cards a longer shelf life adds value to the packs, it adds value to the card, it's definitely a better thing. But essentially then going forward, after the year is over, those cards really would drop down because you wouldn't be able to have the chemistry on them anymore. But I think that's the way that the power-up could help, where you could always add the Team of the Week chemistry on someone as long as they had a Team of the Week card, right? They had to have a Team of the Week card. So it just adds a little bit more And what that also allows us to do then is have more unique teams, different teams than other people. And then again, it does provide the value, right? Because if I see that this chemistry is really good, I'm kind of going to want it, right? We saw some of the Mutt League stuff where they had like jerseys and a football field and all that. I mean, I don't really know what that is. And honestly, I don't care. I'm not wearing a Team of the Week jersey at all. And the only way I would play in a Team of the Week stadium is if it is 100% the practice field. That's it. That's the only other stadium I would get. But I would really like to see limited comeback. I would like to see Team of the Week packs be good again. I want to see really good selections of the heroes. When talking about the hero sets themselves, historically, it's been you do the set, you get the hero, you lose everything you put into the set. Similar to what Team Diamonds are, right? I wouldn't mind if there was even it was structured very similar to Team Diamonds, where like imagine the screen is green, completed 89 overall Adrian Amos with ×3 Team of the Week chemistry and 2 defensive chemistry slots, and then you would get some coins back. Not necessarily in NAT versions of the cards. I think that's for like the bigger programs, or most feared, or Thanksgivings, all that. I really like that. But for Team of the Week, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have that. But it's going to be a tricky subject as well, because if there's a 90 overall card that goes into a power-up, I would also like that card in the future, like in a week after, to be obtained through the power-up using training as well instead of coins, because a lot of times what happens is those cards, they become so expensive they're not usable to actually buy and play on your team. Like you can't really pay 400,000 coins for a Fletcher Cox because it goes into a Julio Jones set or something, you know? But if he's only 2,000 training points, you could add him to your team. He's not 400,000 coins at that point, right? I think it makes a lot of sense. But that's my thoughts on what I would like to see Team of the Week come. I assume it's coming on Tuesdays, because you guys notice we don't really have any content on Tuesdays. In the past we've got it on Mondays, but now it looks like we've got the programs updates on Mondays. So Team of the Week on Tuesdays, it gives the team more time to have right selections of the cards, and it also hopefully gives Monday Night Football the chance to get cards too, because sometimes there's some really great performances on Monday Night Football and we never really got to see anything for the cards. So that's it. I'm just gonna cut it off here. Let me know what you guys think of what I've said, and if you have any ideas that you would like to see added as well. There's a comment section that's perfect for places like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm CC and I am out.